Hey y'all, how's it going? It is time for my random favorites for July. I have two drink favorites that I want to talk about this month. The first one is the frozen Arnold Palmer Colada at Dunkin' Donuts. It is so good. I just randomly decided to try it, and it's not too sweet, it's not too sour. It's just the perfect combination of both iced tea and lemonade. It's so good, it's so refreshing. So I've been drinking that a lot this month. Another drink I've been loving is the blackberry mint vanilla iced tea. It is so good. It's one of those things I usually don't drink a lot of blackberry tea, and I'm not a huge fan of like vanilla flavored things in general, but I decided to try it. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. So I wanted to mention that. And as far as a podcast go, I've been listening to that a ton lately, just in general. But one that I forgot to mention over the past few months is the Nerdist podcast, hosted by Chris Hardwick, who, if you guys watch The Walking Dead and Breaking Bad when it was on, he hosted the talk shows that came on afterwards. He's a comedian, and what I really like about his podcast is they're very informal. It's more like a coffee chat than like a formal interview. He did this amazing interview with Lauren Graham. This is definitely by far my favorite interview that he's done so far, because they actually used to know each other like back years ago, like before either of them were successful in the industry. And it's just really, really cool to hear this. I don't know, it's just, I'm a big Lauren Graham fan. So it was just really, really cool interview. Also, I'm not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but I thought that the podcast with him was really interesting as well. And that was done recently. So yeah, definitely think you guys should check that out. Loving that podcast. I've also gotten back into Loveline, which has been on for 25 years at least. I remember I used to listen to it when I was a teenager, but it doesn't air where I am anymore, so now I'm just downloading it on a podcast app that I have, and it's just been so much fun to kind of relive. I love Dr. Drew, respect him a lot. And it's just a super fun podcast. They have really cool guests sometimes, people I haven't heard of, and Sneaky Peeky has become my new favorite game. So I wanted to talk about that. As far as TV goes, Pretty Little Liars is back, and I just want to say for the record, I don't care who A is anymore. The fact that Shauna was A was such a letdown. Didn't really care about the character, didn't like the character. I'd rather A be somebody who's a major character that we actually care about. But I do want Ezra and Arya back together. My main thing is, at this point I'm watching just for the relationships. I'm really invested in these characters now, and the fact that Allison is thrown back into the mix, I think really breathes new life into the show, makes things really, really interesting. And I'm kind of shipping Emerson a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to mention that. I don't think there are any. Oh, So You Think You Can Dance. I've finally started watching again. It feels like it's been ages since I watched. But there's been a couple of seasons that kind of took a break from the show, but I'm back into it again and loving it. So that's been awesome. And I think that's pretty much it for TV. For music, I have been really into Sam Smith. I just love his voice, and on top of that, I think he's a really great singer. I think he knows how to use his voice really well. He's got a lot of range, and his tone is beautiful. So of course I've been listening to Stay With Me, but more than that, Watch has been my jam lately. And he's a really good acoustic version too as well. So really into Sam Smith, and see if there are any other specific songs. I'm pulling up my Spotify account. I've been into like old school Adele, just randomly. Her first album, 19, really good. Chasing Pavements is still one of my favorite songs. Melt My Heart to Stone is one of my favorite songs she's ever done. Love that one. And Hometown Glory, of course. So been into that, and also Gavin DeGraw. Every few months I just get on a Gavin DeGraw kick where I listen to him a ton. He's just so wonderful and underrated. But he's got this little, I guess you could say EP, a live EP. So he does songs off of his album. And he did a duet of Not Over You with Colby Kelly, which is really interesting. That's one of my favorite songs by him, but it's just really good. You guys should definitely check it out on Spotify. Follow me on Spotify at Stereo Heart XX, and you can listen to it yourself. I've got that on my account as a playlist. Really, really good. He's great live. And then, of course, Platinum. I'm still listening to a ton. This month, my favorite songs have been Gravity is a Bitch and Old Shit as well. And yeah, those are like the main two that I've been playing more than the others. But again, the whole album is fantastic. You guys definitely need to check it out. And that's basically it for the month of July. Let me know down in the comments below what movies and music and food and TV shows you guys have been loving. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to mention, I do have one movie. I can't believe I forgot this. Okay, so I was on Netflix and just randomly looking for a movie to watch, and I see like Facebook posts and like a couple tweets here and there talking about End of Watch and how, you know, it affected them, how they really got emotional during it, how much they loved it. So I watched the movie, wasn't expecting like a ton. I kind of knew the ending. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but honestly, the film is absolutely incredible. It really just moved me, honestly. Not to get too cheesy, but it blew me away, honestly. It's just absolutely amazing. The performances were fantastic. The story is basically, in a nutshell, about the lives of two cops that are partners, and basically their day-to-day job, it just follows them around on their patrols and things like that, in cases that they're working on, and things happening that are just insane. I can't honestly, describing the movie and how much it affected me and what I thought about it doesn't even do it justice. Just watch it, honestly, you guys. I highly, highly recommend that movie. Definitely one of the best I've seen in a really long time. And yeah, that's definitely it. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you later. Bye!